Hey, you are tuned in to the Lick Show with your girl KELZ, and I got my bestie Andy in the building today, y'all. We're just gonna talk about some current events. I know this is like a completely different structure of a show that I usually do because I like to talk about relationships, but I'm just now getting back after being gone for 3 whole weeks. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things, and these are some of the most popular conversations going on social media right now. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the Lick Show, Hits 92.3. You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. About, and this was a big conversation last week, and I wasn't on air last week, and I started to be like, Sunshine, let's just run it because I want to talk about this, but I was like, nope, I'll be back next week that we could talk about it. There was a story of a wife graduating college, and she said she had like a whole hard time while she was going through college, and she finally gets to her graduation month. The day of her graduation just so happens to be her husband's daughter's graduation, and it's not her child. He has a child with another woman. So it's on the same day at the same time. He didn't even one thing he did, he didn't call her. He texted her and was like, "Don't be mad, but such and such graduation, pre-K graduation is the same day and time as your graduation." In her message, she did say, "I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong. I would never try to convince him not to go, but I do feel a certain type of way." So a lot of the comments, because I saw this posted at least 3 or 4 times, and most of the comments that I saw were women saying how she was wrong in feeling any kind of way, and why would she expect that he would come to the college graduation versus going to the pre-K graduation. And I just feel like he should have went to the college graduation. What you think?
Definitely.
You think so?
Wife comes first.
Wife comes first. How okay, so let's say he moves on and he remarries. You as the mother, would you feel some type of way that he put his wife first over y'all's kids?
It's a pre-K graduation. It's a pre-K graduation. A college graduation comes around once in a lifetime
Yep.
to me. And again, that's your wife.
Yeah, I was feeling that like that too. So, as the mother of the child, I would have talked to my kid's father and been like, "We can meet up. We can all meet up and celebrate both your wife and our child afterwards. We go to lunch or go to dinner or do something together, and we just have one big celebration. I'll send you pictures. I'll send you videos. But I would try to convince him as the mother of our child to go to your wife's graduation.
Yes.
Does it change if she was just a girlfriend?
Yes.
So if it was a girlfriend, you would want him to be at the pre-K graduation.
Yes.
I would still have the same thought only because it's pre-K. I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like even
Girlfriend
if it's your
treatment.
girlfriend, I feel like college is a big deal, and you would want. I don't know how. And then now I'm switching hats. Now I'm the girlfriend. If you're not going to be there for me as my boyfriend and in something that major for me, I don't see. I don't know how I would want to. How are you going to prioritize me as your wife if you don't show those signs when I'm your
But you're
girlfriend?
not wife yet.
But what if they were together for years, like 6 years? I'm just throwing scenarios. Or there's a time difference of how long a girlfriend is a girlfriend before she's taken seriously in a stance outside of legal marriage.
If the child is in pre-K, the girlfriend couldn't have been around that long.
That's true. Unless unless
Obviously.
unless she a side baby. That's true. Cause pre-K you're like 4 or 5. Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So you feel like if it's a wife, then wife comes first, the child will be okay. If it's girlfriend, the child comes first, girlfriend will be okay. No matter what the occasion is.
Correct.
Okay. She Sunshine got her hand up quick.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Mhm.
Who is he going for?
What do you mean?
If he goes to the pre-K, who is he going for?
The baby.
The yeah.
He's going for the 5-year-old.
Correct.
That's not going to remember it when she's 20. I just want y'all to say that out loud.
Girlfriend.
No, I don't get
No, no, the
no,
child.
the child.
The baby.
When I ask, that's why I asked that. Who are you going for? Who are you going to support? If you going to the kids pre-K, who are you going to support?
The child. His
The
child.
child is how old? Is the child going to remember that you were not at that pre-K when they are 20?
Now, one of my friends,
Is
AJ.
your wife
AJ
going to
said he
remember?
remembers. He remembers who came and who didn't
How
come.
many AJs are there out there?
Right. I don't know. Could be a lot.
but but again, we're talking about a majority of people who
Mhm.
are not going to remember. I don't remember half
absolutely
of my
don't. I
graduations.
don't remember
You know what I'm
either.
saying? So
Yeah.
so we're not talking about your kid graduating from high school. Now, if that child was graduating from high school or
Mhm.
his child was graduating from college and your graduation is at the same time,
Yeah, that's
now
different.
we're going to have a conversation.
Yep.
But we're talking about a 5-year-old.
But I don't think I see how your thought process on it. I didn't think about it in that kind of way. I didn't think about him going to support his child. I took it as him not wanting to miss any milestones of his child,
Which is
not
what?
necessarily supporting the
That's
child.
support. That's
That has nothing to
support.
do with the child. That's his memory of what he wants to not miss milestones of his own child.
And
Not the
again,
child having to remember, but him feeling like I wasn't there for pre-K. Not necessarily this child remembering or the child not remembering.
okay, so but why were you not there? You weren't there because you were off gallivanting and you were doing whatever. You weren't
Mhm.
there because your wife,
Mhm.
who has just sacrificed for y'all family, who is doing this for your family for the betterment, this person who you are saying that you want to walk with and you want to be with, like not your girlfriend, like y'all
Mhm.
said, it's a difference, right?
No, to
Your
me it's not a difference.
well, your wife, this adult
Mhm.
that has put, okay, let's be honest, ABC 1 2 3. I'm glad you graduated, but we're talking about somebody who just had a degree. Like they put in
Yeah.
effort, a lot of investment,
Mhm.
mentally, emotionally, everything else. And we don't know. What if you the only person in this woman's life?
I think she kind of said something like that. Like it was really hard. He was her support system. So to not have him on the
So
day
there's nobody
that she
cheering
went
for
through it,
her.
there's nobody
Correct.
cheering for her. Yeah.
And then afterwards, though, you gonna want to celebrate with me.
Exactly. You wasn't there.
Afterwards, you gonna want me to slangle
Can you
your dangle.
imagine?
Like
You
you
should
still
have
gonna
been
want
at
me
the
to like
Yeah. Can
no.
you imagine walking across him into going on a vacation with his girl when Tay's team won? They won a game and it caused them to go into having to do a tournament that weekend. The tournament was the same weekend that he was supposed to be going out of town. So he decided he wasn't going to go on the trip with his girl because Tay had the tournament. I'm like, it's just baseball. Like it's not big league. It's like he's not going into the league. He gonna have more games next weekend when you get back. I had to talk him into going. So some people don't play by their kids no matter what it is. So for that father, he probably felt like I'm not trying to miss his first step. I'm not trying to miss his first word. I'm not trying to miss the pre-K graduation, the field days on the end of the school year. That might be a parent that is like super involved with their child. And he didn't take it as a they gonna remember if I'm not there, I'm a bad parent, more so of this is my child. I want to be there for every milestone. So I could see both ways. That's why as the mother, I would try to convince him it's okay if you miss this. I think that's kind of bigger than our child's pre-K. But some people in the comments didn't see it that way. If that man is not there for their child, they feel like they put a woman before their flesh and blood. And women will put their kids before their man. So why would you expect your kid's father to put another woman before his kids? So that's why I can see it both ways. I would just say, because the two instances are so drastic. I made a joke and people was laughing about it. I was like, one person's graduating from probably working a full-time job and in school full-time, having to do papers, having to do the externships. I always hear people saying, oh, I got to have this paper in by 11:59. They say that all the time. So all the sacrifices, all the hard work, paying for it. If they didn't get a scholarship or a grant, now they got to pay for it, versus this child over here graduated from eating crowns. I'm saying, what did you really graduate from? That's the difference to me. And so I just look at the differences, rather it's a wife or a girlfriend. A college graduation is major. To me, it's major because I just know people that were in college. I didn't go to college. So watching it from the outside in, it's like, dang, that looks like that's hard. And I think that's like a huge accomplishment. Like you stuck to something that most people either didn't do or they gave up on. That needs to be celebrated. Whether it's a girlfriend or a wife. So that's just my little thought process on that. So speaking of little girls, pre-K, there is a little girl by the name of Miss Shirley that does all the line dances. When I say this little girl is absolutely adorable. So I can understand why people want to be around her. What I don't understand is why adults want her around as a little child. So people are paying her $500 plus to show up at their events, and they're doing meet greets just to hug her, just to get her little autograph. Can she write her name? Is she old enough to write her name? But they are paying her to show up at their events, their establishments, and they literally just want to hug this little. How old is she? 4? 4 years old. This child graduating pre-K and making 500 plus to go to events. Now I'm always playing devil's advocate of my own conversations too. I can see somebody paying her $500 to come out to get more attention on their establishment or their event because Miss Shirley and her team are going to repost that she was there. For instance, if I paid her $500, there's more eyes on hits if I had her to come here versus me wanting to hug a little girl. I'm like, this little girl got motion, and they're going to repost that she came to Hits 92.3. But I just don't understand why the mama even wants to put her in that. She's 4. She is. She's 4. Like she does have a big personality. Try to get her on TV. Try to get her like a TV show or
something else other than grown men.
Exactly. She can only do kid parties.
Caressing her and cuddling her and picking her up and hugging her and kissing her on her cheek.
No. And I just learned of this of what, like 2-3 days ago. I never knew. I seen the little girl because everybody kept tagging me in her video. She did a video on the porch doing boots on the ground, and they was like, everybody kept tagging me in the video because she was doing the boots. So I just thought, oh, cute. She knows to dance. I didn't know she was a whole celebrity out here getting booked.
She done been on TV shows too.
That's correct. See, TV shows even want the little girl there. Jennifer Hudson wanted her there. She's 4, so it doesn't matter who it is. Because I mean, what does she really have to talk to Jennifer Hudson for? At 4.
Her mom is supporting her.
But Jennifer Hudson is too. For having her on her platform as a 4-year-old.
But the mom had to consent to it.
Mm-hmm. No, I ain't discrediting the mom at all. I'm just saying, like, even the people that are paying her to come out or wanting her on their platform, everybody is getting a piece. That just sounds. I need to find another way to say they're getting a piece. They're getting a piece of little Miss Shirley, but they are. No, I didn't know. So I don't know nothing about the story other than this girl gets booked. What is that about?
So she had her dancing and gyrating in some kind of little red dress or red looking thing.
Mhm.
It just wasn't appropriate at all. And they had a problem with that. And then once they saw these grown men hugging her and paying to meet her at these meet and greets, they said
They
no.
called
And they called
defects.
they called defects on her. And
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I think it was a good thing, because I don't think her mom just sees the money, or she just sees the celebrity or the whatever. And on a real aspect, there are a lot of energies that pass through children. You got grown men kissing this little girl up on the cheek. I don't know if y'all know this, but you definitely can get herpes simplex 1 and 2
Mm-hmm.
from kissing. Okay, so you got these grown men kissing your daughter on the cheek and stuff, and now yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's exploitation at some point, because a friend of mine lives in North Carolina. She said that the little girl came up to a club that they were at, and they in the bar, they chilling or whatever, and all of a sudden the
In a
bartenders and
club.
everybody asking everybody put their alcohol so Miss Shirley can walk around. If I came to the bar, I'm not putting away my
Why is
liquor
she even?
for
And
no
don't most
4-year old.
places, right? Most bars have a 21 and up
If you don't go take her to go
requirement.
watch Elmo on Ice and get out my face,
Or see if she
this
can
ain't
do a
right.
performance at Elmo on Ice. Like you trying to get her in celebrity status and trying to get her book. Yeah. It's, yeah, especially if she's getting the opportunities to go on a show like J Hood, then maybe J Hood should have been like, I don't know, get her in places to where there are little kids. TV shows, like I said, she has a big personality, so I wouldn't want to take that away from her. And I hate when you can tell a kid has like potential to be in the entertainment field. They want to be in the entertainment field, and the parent doesn't do everything they can to try to make that happen. That's what I'm saying. Yep.
Should be teaching children how to do boots on the ground.
Exactly. Exactly.
They had her up there on the damn stage with that other girl.
With the white girl.
She ain't, that girl got to drop a Negro in her.
Do she?
She got it.
Everybody just kept saying it with Janelle.
Yeah.
Janelle.
That girl gotta have a drop.
Talking about the girl that be doing it crazy.
But she got to drop it. She got to drop a black.
Can we talk about her real quick? Because I don't like the fact that she's getting more attention than the original creator of the dance. But shout out to her for being recognized. Like I feel like if it's for you, it's for you. If it's your time, it's your time. And I get agitated when people are like, it's her again. Why not her? Like, what is the real hate about that this girl is minding her business? She's doing a dance that everybody's doing. She's getting paid. I don't believe she's really making 6K per show. I don't believe that whatsoever. But the internet says it. So I'm going to roll with what the internet is saying, that she is making 6K per performance. Kudos to me. Girl, you did that. Who wouldn't want that? So it's like every time somebody gets an opportunity to do something, it's a problem for everybody. Like people love her, so you gotta hate her now. Everybody loved this girl until she started loving herself. When that girl said, "Can't nobody with me, can't nobody do what I'm doing," everybody hated her from that day forward. And a couple of episodes ago, I said there could be a big girl that can get online and start crying about her being fat and being unattractive and how nobody wants her and how she don't get opportunities. It'll be a million comments telling her how beautiful she is, how she shouldn't be caring about what people say about her size, and she can let all that get to her head about how fine she is. She come back on there tomorrow, same time, same place, and be like, "Oh, I'm so fine. Ain't nobody looking like me." And those same million people that loved on her would be like, "Girl, you fat. Who do you think you are?" So the minute you start to praise your own self is when people start to hate you. Everybody loved that girl before. When her and that black girl was doing it, it was like, "Oh yeah, they did that. They did that." When you started seeing her by herself, they're like, "Oh, the white girl, she can come to the cookout. She can come to the cookout." The minute she said, "Oh, can't nobody do it like me," who she thinks she is? These white women trying to take over. Now it's a problem.
Y'all weren't saying that when she was doing it.
Yeah, as long as you quiet, as long as you don't praise yourself, as long as you don't love yourself, as long as you are humble to the point where you don't ruffle any feathers, the world will love you. They'll love you for that. But the minute you charge, the minute you have self-respect, The minute you have audacity, the world will hate you. The minute you disagree with the norm, the world will hate you. So for every 1,000 comments that I see of hating that girl, I be on there like, go girl. I don't even know her. I'm gonna repost her and like she did that. She did the boots on the ground, and I was like, this look like trash. But they paying her to come out and do it. Kudos to her. She still was. All you saw was this.
I haven't seen that one.
What the heck? So yeah, I hate the fact that they loved the girl until she opened her mouth and loved herself, and now the world hates her. So they was like, I can't wait till it's all over with. She got to find something else to do. Why? This is working for her. Let her ride it out until she can't ride it out no more. The hate is just, oh, I can't stand it.
Hate be real.
The hate be so real. Hate be real but fake because y'all be hating people y'all don't even know. Um, the other conversation. What was the other one you said, Sunshine?
About the girl, the friend.
Oh, I just saw this last night. I saw this late last night. Okay, so apparently it was a girl's birthday. She picked her homegirl up, and obviously the girl looked good. She probably had her makeup. You couldn't really see because they were in the car and it was at night. The girl had her makeup done. Her hair must have been nice. Her outfit must have been bomb because the birthday girl was, and her body was, her body was bodying. And the birthday girl felt like she was doing too much. This girl told her she should have had on a jean skirt.
That was crazy.
In 2025, you were supposed to have a jean skirt on at my birthday party. Right. She even said leggings. So whatever it is she wanted this girl to have on, her whole point was you did this on purpose. You dressed better on my birthday. You're not supposed to dress better on my birthday. Now let me go on and say some people just dress better. Some people might have more clothes. Shout out to my sister's homegirl. God dog. Her name just slipped my mind. But Tahara, when Tahara shows up, Tahara is gonna look like $1,000,000. You gonna be like, where the heck did you even find this outfit? Tahara gonna step on necks everywhere she goes. Even I know when Tahara come, oh, Tahara's bringing it. And I'm gonna take pictures and praise her every time because you put that shit on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like,
Girl,
I know she didn't show up to my event with that outfit knowing nobody was going to have that. I wouldn't even feel comfortable. That don't even sound right coming out of my mouth. It's so much hate. I just don't get it. So I just feel like there was a lot of insecurities.
And she said that she did it because she wanted her boyfriend to look at her.
That's right. She said,
you did this because my boyfriend.
Yeah, you want him looking at you. She was like, he shouldn't be looking at me anyway. Well, you put that on and like he's not going to look. Everybody like, and if her body, and then she said your body looked better than mine.
Yeah, she was like, you know, your body looked better than mine. That was crazy. The whole conversation was crazy. Her tone was crazy. With
the tone,
the name calling was crazy. It was a mess from the get go. I would have got the car right then and there.
Yeah, just pull over okay, so I can get out.
I gotta go. You good?
You good? I don't have to go.
Let me go home.
Let me out. Just let me out. It's oh my gosh. So I'm just wondering. Now the flip side for me, it depends on what's going on and where I'm going and who I'm going with. Sometimes, like for instance, if somebody says like, don't overdo it. If some people might say that to me. No, for me, I might be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wear some jeans. Cause like I'm just gonna try to fit into what the vibe is. Yeah. I might do that. And then I get there and they be like, oh girl, you still, and I'm like, and then I'll be like, I literally just dressed down. I just threw something on today. So some people literally just can't help how they dress. Yeah. Some people can't help having a bigger booty, having bigger breasts. Some people can't help having a prettier face. Why would you want them to be your friend if you're going to be triggered by them?
That means you was in competition from the get-go.
Thank you. Like you was looking for a reason. You was looking for a reason. And that boyfriend had to have said something about her before.
You think so?
I feel like he had because she's so, or not necessarily her. Her boyfriend has a wandering eye. because she's like, he gonna be looking at you. Like, if my boyfriend doesn't have a wandering eye, he don't cross my mind that he's gonna pay you any attention unless he gives
If
me
you
that
with
vibe.
somebody and you are afraid to bring your man around your friends, that's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
something about him that made her feel like he's gonna be looking at you.
No, but she said it when she said when we go to the clubs and spot all the dudes be trying to holler
Oh,
at you.
she
Don't
did say
nobody
that
be
too.
trying to holler at me.
Then,
But you got a man.
but you got a man.
But you got a man.
Maybe she just means she's just tired of her getting all the attention.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so I don't think she's necessarily saying she want dudes to holler at her. She's just probably tired of when she go out.
Confidence. Like,
That's what I'm saying. She is insecure.
Yeah, it's the insecurities.
And if you can't handle somebody's outer appearance, then maybe y'all shouldn't just be friends. I know some people.
I had to cut a friend off like that.
Really? I have this girl. Her male friend told her, my homegirl's male friend told her that all her friends were ugly.
What?
He was like, you don't have no cute friends. And so she was like, I don't make friends off of how they look. She was like, my friends are just my friends. And then I heard another person say that a person hung around ugly girls so that she can always be the cute friend. I might be a little shallow. I ain't gonna lie. I prefer to have pretty friends. I don't go looking for this person just because they're pretty.
Yeah.
But I would, I want I want pretty friends.
Yeah.
Who you have around you, who's on your arm, who's in your circle. That people pay attention to stuff like that.
For me, it's not necessarily whether they're pretty or ugly.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so how they perceive themselves
How
and
they carry
how they carry themselves.
That part.
Some people, you might not look at them the same way that they look, but
Mm-hmm.
they still, like, when we go out, you still straight. Okay, then that's what's
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're that friend though. Because if I'm going out with KELZ, I'm gonna get a little bit dressed up a little bit better. Because you know
she
KELZ,
gonna dress
but
up.
I would never tell KELZ,
Don't wear this.
right? That's crazy. Because that Pisces gonna come out and
Right.
harder.
What?
I've had somebody say that before. No, y'all playing. I literally had somebody say, we just going out. Don't do all that extra. We just gonna go get something to eat. I literally had somebody say that before. I laughed and I just threw some jeans on, like, cool. But they was like, and I might say, so if I'm going out with a friend, I want to check what we doing though. I might hit you up and be like, what you wearing? Not to outshine you, but if you saying I'm wearing sweats, then I know not to put on a prom dress. If you saying you wearing a prom dress, okay, I got to find a dress to wear because I was planning on wearing tennis shoes, but if she wearing heels, let me put some heels on. I'm not gonna be like, Andretta, like I just want to get something to eat. Just throw on a t-shirt and some jeans. I'm not gonna tell you what to wear, but I want to try to fit the vibe of like where we going. And anywhere I go, I've never been there before. I'm gonna go on Instagram or go on their page and I'm gonna see how the people dress while they're there. Cause I want to know. I do that every time because I don't want to over or underdress. Yep. All right, so we're gonna take a quick. He said, "What's the meaning of an ugly person? Everyone has their own beauty." My thing is what I'm just saying. If you don't do your hair, if you don't care about your appearance and how you look, that matters to me. You come up there and even if you got weave in your hair and your thing is lifting and you don't correct that, that's a problem for me. Your hood is lifting. Fix that. I can see it's talking. Yeah. I don't like any of that. I don't like that. You so stupid. The lace. Make sure that lace is laying down. I care about stuff like that. Like right now, when I leave, I gotta go get a fill-in. I care about stuff like that. Depending on where we going, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I got invited to this award show, and I want my girls to come. Keisha don't never do her damn hair. Her nails is like she don't care about that at all. I might not be able to bring Keisha to the award show. Is that making me a bad friend? No, you going to work with me. I care about how I look at work. That's how I get paid. That's how my gigs go. So that's what I mean by ugly. You don't care about yourself. Everybody see you don't care. They're gonna treat you like you don't care. Where would you? Yeah,
you stunt. Period.
I want all my friends to look good, and that's the opposite of being a hater. Put it on. Yes. Put it on. Outdress me if you feel like it. That's my friend. Okay. That one right there with the prom dress with the train that's still trying to come in the building. That's my homegirl. It's gonna be about 10 minutes for the rest of that train to come in, but that's me right there. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we will be right back to continue on our Wine and Women Wednesday. We'll be right back. Lick Show, hits 92.3.
Every day is a new choice. We make our beds and we lie in them. Who do you want to lay down with? Choose wisely. Met you on Friday, picked you up on Saturday. Sunday night you calling me over and over and over again, telling me that you're ready to rock me steady, rock steady. I got you so addicted, I should've never let you taste my love, my love. Damn right I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. Still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Gonna be hard. Take it from me, from me, from me. Damn right I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. And still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to wait. Take it from me, baby. Take it from me, take it from me, take it from me, baby. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Don't wanna leave me alone. From me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nursetobeauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
We just got look. That's the thing with live radio. You just have to be ready when it's time because, baby, this girl ain't gonna tell you nothing. Just
Yeah.
be, just come on with
No,
it.
she gonna tell you at the last minute. Hot mic.
Yeah, hot mic. Oh. All right. So we were talking about a couple of things, but today is just a free for all type show. Today we got my girl Andy in the building and Ashley.
I'm back, y'all.
We took a whole 3 weeks. Every week I'm like, Ashley, we ain't gonna be there this week. Ashley, we ain't gonna be there this week. Ashley, you probably was like, the hell?
No,
So-
I was like, I needed that break. You know, one
You
week
did
was
too?
my birthday.
It was.
Then the next week, I was like, okay, I gotta travel for the kids to take them to their grandparents. And then I
Mhm.
was like, nah, I just need a rest week. So,
And
like,
it worked. I
it
almost
worked.
took this week too.
Girl.
But I was like, you know what? Let me just go back. So transparent moment because I'm in a good mood. I'm not gonna cry. Business is really hard right now. It's a freaking struggle. And the only thing I want to do today at this very moment is get back in my bed, pull them covers over my head, and just bawl my eyes out and feel sorry for myself. That is the only thing I want to do today. And so for anybody
We
that
not
feels
doing
like that, I made myself get up and come do the show. And I'm glad I did. I'm enjoying my day. So
Yes.
I'm glad
there
you
we
did
go.
too.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm here.
Because we
too.
can't let the bad days,
Get
you
to
know,
us.
like get to us. So
Exactly. And I am
And that's what we're here for.
determined. Yes. So my girls are here and we are just talking. So I want to hear about this birthday and this gift that I keep pressuring men about. My friend just got a car for her birthday.
that ain't all I got. Just wait till I post my next gift.
Oops.
I know that's right.
Let's talk about it. Where you go?
Okay, so it was my 40th birthday, and we went to Belize. We stayed in San Pedro. Absolutely love Belize. Like it was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And before we went to Belize, he was telling me he was gonna get me a car because he paid my other car off. I want to say in like March.
Okay.
So he was like, for your birthday, you were getting a car. He was like, you've been saying you wanted this specific car. He was like, you're getting the car. So we was looking.
Uh-huh.
So he told the man at the dealership, he was like, we're gonna call her back up here when we get exactly what she wants for her to sign the papers. I'm like, okay, let me sign the papers. And I got my car.
And she got her car.
I was excited.
I've been showing that off like it's mine. Every time I'm around somebody, look what my friend got.
Like, I was
Look what
so
my friend just got,
excited.
and then I'm staring at them like, "You ready?
Yeah.
Look what she just got."
So yeah, I got it.
Yay!
All I did when they was talking about, you know, like everything or whatever, I was like, you have to talk to him because a gift is not you pay a down payment and I pay the car note. I was like, you have to talk to him about everything. Like
yes, I'm
that's
just
you
here
know,
to
like,
sign.
I'm just here to sign the papers because it's in my name.
Period. Now there was a post that Sunshine tagged. She tagged both of us.
She
on.
tagged both of us. in it.
So
Had them people in my DM because baby, I responded. Girl, what I just said, how a gift is not you putting a down payment on something and then the person having to pay the actual bill because that's another bill.
yeah, this girl said, I loved her comment. Some lady said, "Do not gift me a bill,"
Mm-mm,
and I was like, "That is the that summed it. That summed the whole thing up. Do not gift me a bill.
at all.
If you want to buy me a house,
Buy it.
yes, and pay the note unless it's completely bought out.
Yeah, like don't give me a bill.
Yeah, don't give me a bill. But that's a very sweet gesture. So I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
Look at she said, yeah. And the hair.
Girl, I know I cut my
Yes.
hair off.
I thought you were kidding. And when you said you was cutting your hair, I thought it was gonna be like a bob.
I want my
You know, I cut it into a bob first to see if I wanted to do it. And then I was like, okay, now I'm about to go all the way out. But I was like, you know, I want my new truck for my birthday.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cut my hair.
Okay, grown, looking like a grown woman. I
Girl.
see you
Yeah,
looking
no.
like somebody
Yes,
white.
yes, girl, why you told me that? I said, oh,
You do with the
I said, oh.
Now let me tell you something else. You wear glasses too, don't you, Andretta? Men love glasses.
They do.
They freaking love glasses.
do.
Somebody very specific was like, he probably gonna kick my ass because he's like, don't be wearing them glasses for everybody else.
When I got to leave the house this morning, that's what he said. He talking about something just looking like my little sweet boy. I said, ooh, baby.
That's what they like, the sweet.
when I wear my cut, they feel like it's the glasses for me.
Yes.
Yes.
So women, if you
your
wear
hair.
glasses, wear them.
Wear them.
And wait a minute, I don't even wear glasses. Like these are no prescription.
Really?
I wear them for the look because I don't have.
Girl.
Y'all, my lashes not done. Y'all know I'm very transparent. My lashes are not done. So when my lashes aren't done, I look like a
She said her lashes ain't
a
done.
little minor. I look like a minor. So
I look dead. Like
Me
I just
too.
came out the
I'm
grave
like-
and I just came up in somebody's face.
but I was trying to give my lashes like a break.
Mhm.
You know what?
You look like Kermit.
Sunshine.
Sunshine said
Girl.
she looked like Kermit the Frog with no eyelashes
So
on.
I was trying to give my lashes a little break,
Yeah.
So glass it is.
Shout out to Divine Lash Beauty. She does my lashes every Saturday. Like she won't let a lash fall out. She's like, no, you out all the time. You're not finna have my work out there looking any kind of way. So
You
I have to go
to.
every single Saturday at 10:30 in the morning.
That's
So
good.
shout out to Divine Lash Beauty. I just haven't put my contacts back on. But if I was to take these off, baby, first of all, I'm gonna be cross-eyed because I can't see. Oh, I can't see. Y'all would be like little dots in the room.
Girl, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would be like, okay, there's Ashley. Okay, there's Adretta. Sunshine got it. There she go. Yeah, I'll just see bodies in the room. I wouldn't be able to see what your face looked like. I'm blind,
done.
baby. I'm blind.
I'm done.
Okay, so that
So
was
I
your
got a
birthday.
question.
Mhm.
I got a question. Since we talked about birthdays, like,
Mhm.
what would be the ultimate gift for you for your birthday? If your significant other had to buy you something, what would be the ultimate gift if money wasn't an object?
Oh my! If money wasn't an
Because like for me, money wasn't an object. Like I could get exactly what I
house.
wanted. So I went
Like
for the
no
six
matter how
digits.
outlandish, no matter how outlandish it sounds,
No matter how outlandish.
pay
it
my
sounds.
house off.
I like that.
Just pay it off.
I
You
like
don't even
that.
have to buy me a new house.
Yeah.
Just pay off the one that I have.
I like that.
That's it.
house. Period. Yeah.
And then can you? Then one more.
Yeah.
Can you I want all hardwoods in my house. So pay it off and then I promise I won't ask you for nothing else.
Yeah, I like
Get
that.
the hardwoods done. You didn't gotta buy new furniture. You didn't gotta do all that. Just hardwoods all through my house and pay the actual house off.
Okay.
That's all.
I like that.
Yeah.
You?
Oh. I would definitely say house too because I don't have a house, so I would want to own my house, buy me a house.
Okay.
Buy me a house.
Ultimate gift for my husband.
Buy me a house.
I like that.
What's yours?
Who mine?
Yeah. What's your ultimate gift?
So the thing is, like, we're working on my ultimate gift.
Okay.
Because like my ultimate gift is I want to build my own home.
Gotcha.
Yes. So, like,
how you want it.
Yeah.
Exactly how you want it.
So like my yeah.
I love that.
I want to buy my land. With me being a realtor, y'all, I am a licensed Georgia realtor. You can find me on mz.ashnicole on Instagram, and I will help you out. But anyway,
that's my friend.
So with me being a realtor, I just see it so much. So I really want to buy my own land, and then I want to like build me a custom built house. Like I don't want a new construction. I want a custom built home that really fits me and my family because we have 5 children collectively, and the 2 of us, and then we want to add to our family. So I need like 7 bedrooms. I need a basement. Like I need a lot. So.
And the funny thing is, I am the total opposite. I want to move to an apartment. I'm 43 years old. It's me and my dog. I want something small. I want a big, oversized island for a kitchen that I'm probably never going to cook in.
But you know what's crazy? So for us, we have this talk with our children all the time because like our oldest is 19. He never has to leave. Yeah. So like when I say a home and I say land, I want, like, you see how Boosie got his big house and he got smaller homes. Like I want my children to be able to have their starter homes on our land, like our own little compound, so that they don't have to leave. Like I want them to build up their bank accounts and build up their real estate portfolios and still be in our home, so that way that they can have, like wealth, not just money, but like wealth.
I'm trying to, at this very second, like real conversations right now, I'm trying to give my house to my kids so I can move. Y'all don't have to leave. Like $600 a piece, y'all got this.
Oh yeah,
y'all can cover mortgage and utilities and still be able to do what y'all want to do. Versus y'all going out there getting a $2,000 a month apartment.
That don't make sense.
Yeah.
So you gonna leave them in the house and just go get an apartment?
Yes.
Why can't all 3 y'all just stay?
Oh, I want my own space. I've never lived by myself.
I like my because like even. all of our kids, because like it's summer, so my bonus daughter, she's gone with her mom. My 2 are gone with their grandparents and their dad. So then our our baby girl, she won't be here until like towards the end of our summer. So for like 3 days, it was just me and my bonus son there because like my man was gone. I said, this is lovely. I was like, I ain't cooked. He talking about some, Madre, you cooking today? No, we eating out. He was like,
And I only gotta
okay.
pay for one to go out.
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
go.
we eating
Let's
out.
go.
Matter of fact, he took me. I said, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Back. Mm-mm.
I went and saw these apartments and I fell in love with them. And I'm like, yeah, y'all, let's figure out by the end of the summer what we doing, because I'm leaving y'all. And I'm gonna be 10 minutes away. And yeah, I just want my own space, my own clean little space where I ain't gotta get on kids about washing dishes and you do this and you do that. And
True.
I want to walk
too.
around my house naked if I want to.
Now that is the thing, but see, now that the younger kids are gone, my
Mhm.
bonus son only comes upstairs to wash. Like he
Gotcha.
doesn't come upstairs. He really stay in his yeah. His room is downstairs. He has a room downstairs with his own bathroom. He literally only comes upstairs to wash.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
See, I mean, it's different for you because you said the oldest is 19. My youngest is 18. So I got grown kids.
grown kids.
So I don't have to worry about any little kids. But
Yeah.
I don't want to financially
And you
take
still
care of
want
adults either.
Who me?
Mhm.
So we don't have any together. So yeah, I'll give him a baby.
Give him a baby.
Baby.
Just one.
And the last, yeah, and my twins are 12. They're about to be 13, but I'll give him a baby.
I'm done.
I'm
My
done
youngest
too.
be little.
When it
People
comes
are
to
shocked when they hear me
it's gonna
say
be
I'm
so
done.
over the top.
I want my tubes tied just in case I change my mind again.
It's free.
I don't want my tubes tied.
I want my
because you
tubes
know what?
tied.
He might come to me in 2 more years and be like, baby, let's have another one. And guess what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him another one. And
Yeah.
you get a baby. You get a baby.
I'm done. I want my life to myself now.
Yeah.
As long as I
just
get
feel
a
like-
nanny, you can have a baby.
No, it's so funny because if we sat here 2 years ago, I would have been exactly where you are.
2 years
At
ago, we were opposite.
40, we were.
2 years ago, we were opposite.
40,
'cause 2 years ago-
41, I wanted another baby. And I'm like, by the time I get to 45, I'm wrapping that whole thought process. I didn't even got to 45 and I've already wrapped that thought process up.
Literally 2 years ago, y'all, we were complete opposite. I was the hell no to another baby.
Mhm.
Hell no to another relationship. All of that.
And I wanted the marriage. I wanted the kids, the white picket fence. And Dretta, no, I was not playing. I'm going to have me another kid. I didn't care by any means necessary. And again, being transparent, I was getting what I wanted and had a miscarriage and thought my life was over. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting up because I was 40. That was 3 years ago. Yeah.
And
nobody even knew because I mean, it was so far early into the stages of it. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I was excited. We went and I was 2 months pregnant. We were already out looking for baby furniture. And he was like, he didn't want to do a baby shower. He's like, ain't nobody buying my baby. He was excited too because he's way older.
KELZ.
And it just didn't work.
So I don't want a baby shower, but I want like I want a baby party. So like I don't want a baby shower, but I want a baby party. I've already picked out the theme. Girl,
She ain't even pregnant yet and already planning the baby shower.
I already know what stroller I'm gonna get.
That's how we were.
Like, and I ain't even actively trying. But I already know.
No, we was like, we come in Saturday to pick we picked everything that we wanted. And damn miscarried. We were at Hooters. Me and Andretta were at Hooters. I went to go use the bathroom. And I just kept bleeding. And I was like, oh shit. We had to go to the emergency room. Straight to the emergency room from there. And they was like, well, just give it through the weekend. It might just be spotting, this, that, and the third. I was praying all weekend. It didn't work out. God knew.
Yeah.
God knew I wasn't ready. So he gave me a 16-year-old at the time. My daughter's best friend that lives with us. If y'all saw the pictures and videos, they just graduated high school. So shout out to Zaria. Shout out to Kimura. But Zaria she actually said she would come on one day and talk about her own story. So I'd rather her give her own details of her story.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah. So she moved in with us. And I didn't think about it at the time. At the time, that 4th bedroom had been sitting outside of my niece moving in for 1 year. It sat for a good 10 years. Just storage. Nobody ever went in and out the room. Nothing. And somebody said something about renting their houses out and they were allowing traveling nurses. So if you got an extra bedroom or a house that you want to Airbnb, think about traveling nurses. Yes. They're hardly ever home and they pay on time.
They do.
And so I was like, let me clean this room out and get me a traveling nurse so I can start to save my money. And I did all that. I painted the room. I bought brand new furniture. I did all this. Did all that. Zaria had been begging me for almost 2 years to move in with us. So it got to a point where she had no choice but to move in. So she moves into the bedroom that I had set up for a traveling nurse. And on her birthday, we were going out to eat. And it dawned on me when I was out buying her some flowers. I was like, I said I wanted another baby.
You did.
God gave me a child. He didn't give me a baby. He gave me what I needed. You wanted another person to take care of, and God gave you that.
It's crazy that you said that because when I was talking to my significant other, like a couple of days ago, we look at our track record, right? And everything that we tell God that we want, we get it. So we might not get it the day that we ask for it, or in the way that we're thinking that we're gonna get it, but we end up getting it. And it's so crazy. That's why I was like, your words are very powerful.
Yes. And I got to talk off air. I'm not going to tell that, but it's something I do want to say of a type of man that I always say that I want.
Talk off air with that, because I don't want none of y'all to try to get my friend on false pretense.
And I'm just like, I talk about this stuff every single day, and it goes on to what you just said. And one question I always asked you, how the heck do people be friends with somebody first? How do you build a foundation with somebody first? And I'm like,
no lie. I literally, after being married, I wrote down everything that I wanted in a significant other. I left out one thing. I left out one thing, y'all. I promise you, I left out one thing. Even down to I wanted him to be like my uncle, because to me, my uncle is like the ultimate man. My uncle is the ultimate father. He's the ultimate uncle. He's the ultimate provider. Like when I think of a perfect significant other, I think of my uncle. Like realistically, my uncle's birthday is January. My man's birthday is they days apart. Different years, but they're days apart. They act just alike.
What's the zodiac?
They're Capricorn.
Capricorns. Okay.
They're January Capricorn men. Even down to the only thing that I left off when it came to my significant other is something that everybody would have thought that I would not have left off.
What's that?
Height. Because I didn't put height. Because I've always dated men that are like 6'5", because I'm tall. Like I'm 5'9". My man, like we're really the same height. I don't care though, because like it is what it is. I got everything that I want in a man. You know, like everything that, like, he's a great father, he's a great provider, he's a great spouse. Like I got everything that I wanted in a man. So it's like, but y'all don't care.
Who cares about that part? Yeah. And I was on this post, just really, really quick, because I know we're going to break. It was a post from Pop the Balloon show, and the guy is short, and he was just going off on all the women. And so they was like, oh, he got the Napoleon complex. And I was like, y'all don't know. Y'all slipping on shorter dudes.
You slipping.
You are slipping on shorter dudes. Especially, like, I've had shorter men and I've had an extremely tall man. And the difference is when someone is like extremely tall takes away from some of the fun, if you know what I mean. Because there's certain things you can't do. Some things are a challenge. But when you with them short ones, oh, you can't tell me I ain't no porn star. You can do a lot of stuff with a short guy. And when I say short, I ain't talking about like 5'3", 5'4". Just like 5'8" to 6 feet.
Yes.
Is okay. So if you are a man that's 5'8" to 6 feet, ladies, y'all are missing out. Y'all are super missing out. Look at it. And y'all be in the same height. That's even better.
Girl, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
And I'm not trying to get into a whole sex conversation, but one of the major things for me is I like to kiss in the midst of. If it's a huge height difference, you can't do that.
No.
Something else I'm gonna say off air. I'm not gonna go into a whole. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that part out. So we're gonna take a quick break. You're listening to the L.I.C.K Show, Hits 92.3. We'll be right back.
Let me mute myself.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right. You could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P-Joe. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, KELZ. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items. Looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.
And we are back. L.I.C.K Show Hits 92.3, and it is Whining Women Wednesday. This is the first time I'm saying this. We just been talking.
We have.
We've been going for 3 whole weeks.
It feels like 3 long
Yes,
weeks.
it feels like a long, long time, but we are back.
This is my chat, my weekly chat.
Yes.
Like,
And we are literally just chatting today. I don't have any specific topic. Some news kind of threw my morning off, and I was like, I don't even want to get into that today because then my energy is going to be off for the conversation. So we'll just save that for another day. So today we just talking. We talked about all kind of stuff as far as the current events of what's going on in the world. We talked a little bit about the little girl, Miss Shirley. You know who that is?
yes.
The little girl that everybody's paying 500 plus for her to come out to their events for meet and greets and hugging grown men. We talked about what did we talk about? We talked about the little girl graduating from pre-K versus the wife graduating from college. What's your thoughts on it? As a mother? Yeah, let me get your opinion on that because I gave mine already.
Dang, I wish I would have heard your opinion.
So for anybody that's just tuned in and you have no clue what that story even was, there was a lady that made a post and she was just venting. She wasn't asking for advice on what to do. So let me get that out there first. And she didn't have a problem with his decision. She's human. She just felt the way. So the wife or girlfriend, the story switches from whoever is reposting it. It's a woman graduating from college. Her boyfriend or husband that has a child already was graduating from pre-K that happened to have fallen on the same day as her college graduation. And he texted her and told her that he's sorry he can't make it. He has to go to the pre-K graduation instead. My thought, I can see it both ways. So to me, I feel like a college graduation is like top tier. This person is a dedicated person. This person is loyal and they'll finish something. They finish what they started. I'm just thinking, and I always go back to everybody's always saying they have to turn those papers in by 11:59. I always hear that. Always hear it all the time. And so I'm just thinking about the challenges of working a full-time job, going to college and having to pay for it. And you finally get to that graduation, like that celebration moment, and the person that's been there with you the whole time is not even going to be present, versus him as a father not wanting to miss any milestones in his child's life. He might not want to miss their first walk, the first words they've ever said, and he wants to be there for everything that child ever has going on. I can see why he would want to go. And then as the mother of the child, I would convince him to go to the college graduation. I'll take pictures and videos and send it to you, but it's pre-K. That's how I think about it. If I'm the mother and that's the child, and he was like, well, I'm coming, but she might be upset. As the mother of a child, I'm trying to convince him to go be with your girl. I'll send you pictures and we all can go to eat later. We all celebrate the college and pre-K graduation and call it a day. That's what I would do. What's your thought process?
So I had a few things, because normally when it's pre-K and college, the times are different. So like depending on what the last name is, you possibly make both. But as a person whose father missed their high school graduation, as a person who watched your children's father missed their 5th grade graduation because like he was incarcerated, I would definitely ask my significant other to go to the child's graduation. Reason being is I'm an adult. I've gone through plenty of graduations before. We're gonna always celebrate at a different time. I'm going to get it, like I feel like we can celebrate at a different time. For my emotions, I can handle them compared to a child. They're never gonna live that down. And to me, that's how children get daddy issues, in my opinion. Cause like to this day, anytime me and my dad get into it, I throw it up. You missed my graduation. Like we literally just had an argument, like, or whatever. And the first thing out my mouth was, you missed my high school graduation. You missed my middle school graduation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, until I went to therapy, I never got over those things. But still, like to other people, I don't bring it up. But still, when he comes at me with certain things, that's the first thing I throw up at him. And I wouldn't want his children to be able to throw that up to him.
So do you think at 4 you would remember that?
I would. I'm telling you, I remember my childhood very, very vividly. And I didn't think that my children remembered theirs, but my son told my significant other something that happened, when he was younger, that he said really bothered him and his sister. And I never knew, because like he's never told me that, but he's so comfortable with my significant other that he was able to share that. And I'm like, this happened when he was like 3-4 years old.
Really?
And he remembered. He's 12. So like I wouldn't want my bonus children to feel like their father missed their graduation. Even we can use my birthday for an example. So we planned my birthday trip prior to any kind of graduations coming out. Like my birthday trips has been planned. We looked at the calendar. They were telling us they were going to have graduations the last week of school. So I'm like, okay, like my birthday, we'll be back for all of that. 2 days before we got ready to leave, they told us my bonus daughter's 5th grade graduation was going to be on that Friday. We were going to be gone. The twins' actual their award ceremony was going to be that Thursday. As a mom who's never missed anything, I was ready to cancel my birthday trip. And I mean, we spent thousands, but I was ready to cancel my trip because I never did that. But with their dad being home and their aunt and their siblings, like their older sisters, I reached out to them like, hey, like this is already planned. Can you guys step in and like send me pictures? You can, like video call me.
Yeah.
So I felt better with that. And then like even the same with my bonus daughter, but I would just
choose the child.
That's
a good perspective. And like I said, I could see it either way. I could see all 3 angles.
Right. Me too. I really can.
Yeah. So it just depends on its perspective. And that's why I said there's no wrong answer, because it's just on what an individual person would want to do.
I think people with children can see it a little different than those without, honestly. Because like most people look at it as, like a college milestone, but it's like, that's their milestone. Everything is a milestone.
Yeah.
Like,
and I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about them having a high school grad. That didn't cross my mind whatsoever that they've graduated before. I'm just thinking about like, if my man is my only support system, and when I walk across that stage and nobody's clapping for me, how would that make me feel?
Right.
So I was like, oh yeah, I think he should go to that one.
If you get your master's, you've got your, you've got your bachelor's, you've done other. And I would just, the mom and me will put the child first. Like I put the child first in all situations.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
What's your thought process since we're talking about the little ones? Miss Shirley, what's your thought? If you had a child that had a huge personality like her and people want to pay for her to show up, would you do it?
I'm not doing children. For her to show up for children, yes. But I'm not doing meet and greets for grown people to be hugging on my child. Like, that's weird. So, weird. Like, if we do a meet and greet and it's like, like little kids, because I, Tip and Tiny daughter, people see their daughter out in public and, like they want, like the hugs and stuff, but there's children. I'm not doing meet and greets for my children to be hugging on grown people.
Yeah. I just learned about her over the weekend. I didn't even know who Miss Shirley was.
Me either.
I just saw when the people kept tagging me in a video that she had, and I just thought that was it. Oh, cute little girl was doing
Baby,
the
they gonna
dance.
tag KELZ in the video.
They
If they
gonna
don't do nothing
tag
else,
me.
they gonna tag KELZ.
I
I just
tell
start
people-
getting tagged fully with sunshine.
I tell people all the time, I never see what's going on social media. Like I hardly see any of my friends' stuff because I spend most of my time in my DMs with the reels that I get from people I know personally. So I don't even have to go
'Cause we
scrolling
stay in the
social
DM.
media. I don't have to scroll social media. I have 500 from one person, 700 from another person, 300 from another person, and I just be like, they think they the only one sending me a bunch of stuff, and I don't have to scroll at all.
No, because we stay sending
Mhm.
a reel.
So I don't have to search for good stuff. It just comes to me. So yeah, so I miss a lot of stuff. So a lot of times I don't know what's going on because I'm in my DMs reading stuff. There was this video I sent to somebody yesterday. It was a married couple. And it's so funny. The husband was like, I'm getting ready to read her DMs. And she was like, wait a minute, let me get my disclaimer. She was like, I don't know any of these people. So apparently they're socialites. So they're content creators. So again, I don't be knowing who nobody is. He starts reading them. And men are like, I would love to take care of you. It was like 3 or 4 of them was like, have you ever been a sugar baby? This one dude was like, I want to give you $5,000 a month just to talk to me every day. He don't even live in the same state. And he was like, why do everybody think you struggling? So her DMs be like full of guys trying to get at her, but they make content together. So they don't even care. Men do not care.
No, because like I ain't gonna even hold you. We laugh at the stuff that people, like send us. Cause like to me, it's first of all, my significant other is very present on my social media. So when you send me, like when people send me stuff or whatever, it's like to me it's very retarded, but it's funny because I'm like, really? You think I'm going to jeopardize my household for you in my DM? I'm not jeopardizing my household for nothing. Okay.
The biggest misconception with me is that my DMs are going crazy. I don't have a lot of people in my DMs. And I used to a long time ago. And I remember this one guy that I dated before. He was like, he didn't want to be in my DMs because he thought my DMs was going crazy. So I was like, that could be why some women don't get a lot of craziness in theirs because they think everybody is in their DMs.
Right.
So then nobody's in your DMs. So people swear I'm lying when I was like,
So like,
ain't nothing really going on in mine.
For mine, it's like if I post a picture on my timeline, they might forward the picture back and be like, looking good.
That stuff.
Just say it on my timeline. On my
post.
It's like
comments matter, guys.
Yeah, like, but
don't
my man is not insecure, so he's not gonna say anything because you say I'm looking good. Like clearly he knows that I look good. You know what I'm saying? Like he's with me. So it's like saying that on the picture. Yeah, it's not a problem.
I get that all the time. If I post a picture or a video, they're commenting on that picture or video in my DM.
Yeah, so that's what.
But I'm not getting DMs like I want to take you out, I want to fly you out. I think blah blah blah. I don't get all those.
People still be sending DMs like they want to fly people out.
Yes.
No Diddy.
Yes, girl. I used to get all the time, and I'm like, if people even knew, I would never be in Georgia if I was that girl.
Right.
And I just wanted to get out of. I just pick one.
Right.
It's really like that. But yeah, I don't get that many DMs.
You really don't have to be here anyway. You're here by choice.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's another topic, but you're here by choice.
If I didn't have standards and I didn't care about certain stuff, I would definitely not be here.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be struggling in any aspect. I'd be driving any kind of car I want, and I probably wouldn't even be talking to anybody in Georgia. I know, I'm so serious. This one guy had been trying to fly me out for years, and he was like, if I'm fat, just say I'm fat. And I was like, that ain't got nothing to do with your size. I don't like how you're coming at me. If you came at me, and then again, I had somebody completely different that I dealt with before that was very blunt on what he wanted, where other women would have been like, oh my gosh, she's so blunt. I'm like, what's up?
But see, I would rather you be open, honest, and blunt than to beat around the bush. Like, don't beat around the bush.
That man did not beat around the bush. He did not beat around the bush. I went on a date with this guy before, and that was one of the first questions I asked. So what you want? What are you looking for? He was like, dang, I don't know. I was like, I'm not asking, are you looking to marry me? why am I here? What are you looking for? You trying to have fun? You trying to court me? Like, so I know how to deal
We
with the
had that talk.
situation.
We had that
We
talk.
grown. When you
We
over
grown.
40, you don't have time for the little cutesy stuff
Yeah,
no
I
more. I'm not
didn't.
asking your favorite color. I don't care what your
I don't
favorite
care
color
what
is.
your favorite color
I
is.
don't care.
I'll
I don't
find
care
it
what
out
your
later.
favorite food. I don't care about that stuff. Let's get to the real stuff today to figure out if I want to talk to you tomorrow. Period. A
And you just
question.
never know, because it might because I know when mine said that he just wanted to have fun, I'm like, that's what I want. I want to have fun. And look at us now.
Yes, and don't be afraid of a woman's answer if that's really what you want. I want a guy that's so confident that he don't care about losing my attention. Because if I don't want it, he can get it from someone else. Those are the type of guys I like.
Okay.
Like, you just super confident in yourself, not overly confident, but
Super
you don't have to have me or your world is going to end. I need you to know that.
have a life outside of me.
Exactly. Let me ask you this. One, because you just said that. How do you feel about guys that don't have male friends? And I'm not just saying only have just don't have friends. Period. They just loners. They like
I
to be
don't like
alone.
that.
I don't like that either.
I don't like that because to me that shows a lot about your but women who don't have friends really make me do like a double look, like, so people in general. So like, you don't have no friends.
Yeah, none.
So like none. So if you want to go out to dinner today, who would you call? And like, granted, at the stage I'm in now, like, my man he's like my best friend, but I
That's
still
important.
have friends outside of him. He still has friends outside of me.
That
We
is
still
so
have our
important to
own
me.
life because that's important.
That's so important. And these are questions that I ask. So when I say I don't ask your favorite color, your favorite food, I be like, who is the most influential person in your life? Who are your friends? How are you with your family? Are you close with your mom? Like, I ask a lot of like questions. Guys might be like, dang, she might be too deep.
Right.
That's okay. I prefer to be too deep.
But
Okay.
see, mine be a little different because I want to know how your interactions are with your children.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's gonna be the ultimate. Like, people, you fall out with, like, parents, and stuff. But like, how do your children perceive you? So like, if we're together and your kids are always calling you, they're always keeping you in the loop. Like, that's something that even before we met each other, kids very attracted to, because his son called him for everything.
Did he?
Like, his oldest son called him for that's his best friend. Call him for everything. I'm like, okay, I like this. That mean you're present. Even though you're not in the same state, you're a present father.
And that's even better. Like, if he's not in the same state and he's still his first call,
he's
they're
very
close.
present.
Yeah, they're
I
really
remember
close.
his son had an issue going on. The mom called. He was on the next flight out. He was like, I gotta go to the airport. Oh, go ahead, go to the airport. Like,
That's dope.
I like present.
Yeah.
So like, that matters to me.
Well, you know how I feel about the little kids, so
We know how you feel about the little kids.
I don't care about how you used to treat your grown
now,
kids.
so but no.
Yeah, I'm 13 up, 13 plus for me. Your kids 13 and under, you got to like.
I'm gonna come drop.
You got to be that special. Like, I can't pass this man up, even though he has a 3-year-old, because he is just that guy. It has to be something that it has to be that drastic for me to go under 13. Yeah, it has. I don't want to do it.
I'm done.
Okay, so what is? No, I'm not gonna say because I get in trouble when I talk. What is too soon to go into an exclusive? Let's see how it's going to be with just you and I. Let's cut everybody else off. We're not necessarily going to be man and woman, but now let's see if we can get to that, because now there's no more distractions. It's just you and I. Do you feel like that is an energy and a connection, or do you think there's a time frame that comes into?
So it's not a time frame. It's an energy and a connection. And my conversation didn't go like that. Like, my conversation, like, literally, it was more so like, okay, we're dating, we having fun. And then it was what you and the kids doing? Let's go do so and so and so and so. And then it was like, okay, I'm flying the kids out here. That was with, like, my twins. And then it was like, I'm flying my kids out here. so we all can kind of link up and like mesh. So that's how my conversation went. It wasn't like a sit down like, oh, we're gonna be exclusive, like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
It just kind of,
and then it went to like, let's find us a house. Like, I'm serious. Like, that's how it went. It was like, let's meet.
Meanwhile, were you like, without having that conversation, were you on the back end just getting rid of, not speaking to people that you were dating before?
I had stopped speaking to people.
Gotcha.
Because
so when you felt like this
when
is
I
where
felt
it's going,
the energy was where it was
that's
going.
what I'm trying to ask.
So like when my energy hit, like, okay, this is what it's gonna be, or whatever. It was like, peace.
Gotcha.
Like, okay,
did you just cold turkey or have a conversation with them? Like, I kind of want to see where things go with this person.
No, I just don't talk. I don't owe you an explanation. Because,
Just
like,
gone.
by this time, they like, you already knew this is who I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already knew, because, like, you were seeing us out. Like, we was out and about everywhere.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And then it kind of just, everybody faded to the background.
Then I started moving people out of my close friends, like, stuff like, because I don't have a reason to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, we're going to talk.
I don't really, it's certain stuff I just don't want to say. And I'm such a transparent person, but I don't want to speak on something too fast. Let me say that.
But not only that, but I feel like in this realm you can't, because it's live internet radio. So it's like people can kind of pick and decipher, and then they can become what you're saying you want. Luckily, mine, happened before I got on internet radio. And when I was doing like podcasts, we weren't talking about relationships per se. We just talking about like casual dating. So that's like different. But yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, because
and you're a very open and transparent person, but in this aspect, I don't think open and transparent is going to be it, because we don't want to attract the wrong person.
Exactly.
Because y'all not gonna be out here and get my friend, because she a catch, okay?
When I say
she worked like a doggone, this girl got 12 jobs and 3 more on the side waiting.
I need more.
And I'll be like, yeah.
So I am okay. So for you, I'm completely switching off a relationship for a second and now jumping into business. Real estate and hair is all you do?
So my businesses are real estate and hair, but I also help him with running a few of his businesses.
Okay. So I was feeling like a couple years ago, like was it maybe been like 2-3 years now, that I had my hands in too many pots. And so there, the saying of a master of many is a master of none. And then I feel like if I am trying to grow this business and this business and this business, none of them are going to be able to get to a point that I want it to go.
Absolutely.
So I closed down and stopped everything else so that I can just focus on this.
Right.
The flip side to that is when you're an entrepreneur, having one stream of income is insane.
It's very insane.
And
not even just as an entrepreneur, anybody having one stream of income.
In this day and age,
it's insane.
It's insane. So now I'm just trying to figure out, it's hard when you're passionate about something to think of other options and other possibilities. And so I'm in a space now like, dang, you're 43. Like, what else do you want to do? There's nothing else I want to do. So I have to make this work.
So I know for me, I always focus on what makes the money. And I'm actually trying to get my current, I'm trying to get hair to where my face doesn't require it to make money. Because what I notice is my sales really change when I'm not the face. Like when I start posting clients with the hair or other people, the sales aren't the same. But if I wear like a blonde wig, or if I wear like a curly wig or something, like the sales be like, ugh. So I'm trying to change that aspect so that I can focus more so on real estate, because I feel like real estate will allow me to be more present. So I can like just get up and go.
Yeah.
Like travel wise when it comes to like family, because I just be wanting to get up and go.
I just want
my kids.
I said I should have taken years ago. I should have taken opportunities to do like a Love and Hip Hop, or I should have did the
KELZ, I ain't gonna hold
scissors.
You.
I should have
said
done
that.
it.
I said that to your ex-husband like before.
He's a hater.
I'm like, she needs to be on, like Love and Hip Hop. But you know what's crazy? I could have did it. But I'm like,
But the
Like,
reason I say that is
but I do feel
because
like you should have.
I should have, but I just kept thinking I'm a person that I like to plan. I like to think for the future. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, you're 32, 33, but what happens when you're out of entertainment and you have to live a civilian life of all the things you did while you were entertained on TV? You can't take that back. All I kept thinking is you can't take that back, can't take that back.
But
The
people
most
watching you
drama,
now.
right? But the money don't match. So my thing is, I was like, I wish I was in a position where people just pay me to show up.
Mhm.
And if I would have did those shows,
I feel like they
I
would
would have got
have,
paid for
because I feel like
appearances.
you would have been a hit.
Girl, I know I would have, and I
You would
just
have been a
didn't.
hit,
And I was
because
just
like
like, no, I care about my family and what people think and da da da.
I got out of
Man.
the state because like I used to be the person, I cared what my family thought. Like
Mhm.
I cared this. Um, I care so much about what other people thought about me that I wasn't able to, I feel like, live and be my true self.
Yep. Same.
So like now I'm at this stage where like, why do I care about you? Don't pay my bills. Like you're not there for me when, like I have a struggle and I need something. I don't give a
Mhm.
damn what nobody like you can
Mhm.
think whatever you want to think about me. And it's not gonna change
I'm
anything.
starting to get to that point. So I'm like, okay, let me go back to building my brand to focus on what I need to focus on. But I'm like, I'm in a space like, dang, I should have did that 10 years ago. Dang, I
Mhm.
should have did that 20
Even if
years
you would have
ago.
did like friend to the show or something, like I feel like it would have went because
Mhm.
like out Kel, you lit now. You was lit. I said, okay, she in these streets, but I feel like you could have.
I should have. Yep.
You should have.
But so now it's like, okay, um, I've decided now, and I'm working on the logistics of how it's all going to play out. But with me hosting, people want me everywhere, and I'm only one person. I can only be so many places at one time. So I am going to start training up mini me's. I'm going to start training hosts to go to places that I can't go to. And I'm going to have a whole organization, and it's going to be my girls everywhere all over the city. And I'm like, maybe that's not me having to go away from entertainment. That's still a realm of still being in entertainment. I have to think further of like how to branch off and add other entities to what I
My
already
cousin did
do.
that with bartending
Did she do?
because everybody wanted her at the city she stays in is small, but everybody wanted her at so many places because she's a good bartender.
Mm-hmm.
So she ended up training like little mini me's to go
Yeah.
around and like do that. So I think that'll be good.
I do
But I
too.
still think if you've ever been to a party or a hosting of KELZ, she gives a completely different vibe. So you give a completely different vibe, and with the vibe that you give, like the person or the people that you train are gonna have to have that same vibe because you're not shy in the crowd. Like you
Mhm.
move around, you interact with people. When a person first meets you, they don't think that you're a stranger. Like
Everybody
you
says
come off
that.
like I've known you for years. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So like they're gonna have to be that person for it to be.
And it's
Like
so
I've seen you
funny.
work so many rooms, and I'm like, okay, she moving. Like I would need to be drunk to move like this. Like she is moving, honey.
And then I go to places when I'm off and I see hosts sit in the DJ booth.
Yeah.
And I be like,
They sit in
I
the
do
DJ
way
booth
too
or they
much.
sit there and just smoke their hookah.
And they smoke, and you hear them on the mic, and you're like, and in my mind, I'm thinking everybody does that. I'm like, where's the host? Where's the host? You don't see them the whole night.
Yeah.
And so somebody told me that one time. They was like, it's not a bad thing, but you do a lot. You do way too much. And I was like, what do you mean I do way too much? So I have a new location that I'm starting at. I'm even doing contracts going into places now. Now I have do you want me to just show up and host? Or do you want me to come in? Are you expecting me to build this night? Now I got two different prices. Now I got two different prices. So if you want me to just host, it's this price. If you want me to have to build the night where I got to post all week, now I got to do paid ads. I got to be a promoter, and I'm not a promoter. Now it's this price. If you want to add Hits 92.3 to this, it's now I'm going to a place like, okay, think more business within entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say I want
everybody else do it, you have to think about a lot of celebrities when they're paid to come out. You can tell the ones that are paid to come out and just be a picture on the flyer and sit, and you can tell the ones who are actually paid to interact with the people.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell that, and this is a thing. So the tea and entertainment world, if there is a flyer with a celebrity on it, and this person is gonna be here and doors open at 10 p.m. Don't try to get there at 10. Don't get, and they don't close till 2. Don't come at 10. Don't come at 11. Don't come at 12. You can probably come at 1
Yeah, one.
because they're not showing up until 1, maybe 1:15, and then they gone by 2 o'clock. And you
want
done
me to tell
sat
you
there
what's
till
You want me
10.
to tell you what's crazy? Because like when we go out, like when we have different gigs, and because like he paid to do stuff like that.
Mhm.
If the place closed, let's say at 3, he is showing up at 2, and we out by 2:30.
Exactly.
And they already know have Ashley hookah ready. You know, like have
The
this is what she
drinks, the
drinking.
food.
This is what she eating.
That is all
We
I
are
wanna do.
in at 2 and we are out by 2:30. I promise you. At
That
the
is
most, we might go at
all.
like 1:30 and be out at like 2:30.
I promise
Depending on who
you.
going. Girl, what?
So y'all hearing me say it right now. I'm about to work my butt off to where I can show up at places because they just want to pay. I'm about to be little Miss Shirley. They're gonna pay me to start showing up at places. And I'm not gonna be the type that's just gonna sit there. I'm gonna interact
You
with the
aren't.
crowd.
That's the thing. You aren't.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
you
gonna
really
interact with the
move.
people because I feel like social media is a real place. People say social media isn't a real place. People are whole lifestyle is getting paid on
I'm
social
gonna
media.
tell you,
It's a real place.
It's a real place. So I went from before I started being a co-host on Hits, right?
Mhm.
I lied to y'all not, and I have screenshots. I used to get between 15,000 and maybe 25,000 views.
Mhm.
I have officially hit 60K views.
Come on.
Like, I'll be like, where is this going? Like, what? I'm like, y'all just nosy. I went from like, I went from like 25.
It's a real place.
So I went to like 40 something, and then it was like 55. I stayed at 55 for like 2 weeks, and then now I'm at like 60K views. Girl, I done started my whole YouTube and everything. And soon as I hit 50K views, I started a YouTube channel. Like, come on, baby, because what we not gonna do is play on my top. You can, hey, Sunshine. I said, Sunshine, we need to do some commercials or something. Because, baby, you're not gonna play on my top. I'm serious.
You literally right now, you should have a hair commercial on Hits when we go on the break. You should
Why?
have a real estate
You sound like
commercial.
Sunshine.
No, seriously, so serious. And even she gets on me when I'm at my other locations. The reason I don't do that is because they don't pay for all of that. Mm-hmm. I do that with Something Special Bar and Lounge is because when I work, I love them. I love them so much. Anything that Pijo asked for, they was like, okay, we'll try it. Okay, because they understood it took money to make money. Even when it was like, we need a banner for when we come in. By the time Wednesday came and we walked in, the banner is at the front lobby. Like, they came in with the ideal of, I don't care how much it costs. I want this night to work. Mm-hmm. And if this is what the host and the DJ need, I'm going to do what the host and the DJ need. That's why I don't mind promoting them on Hits for free. Other places, they look at you like nobody's here. Because I'm not a promoter. I'm a host. You paid me to host. Now, if I was thinking smart, I would have charged more to promote. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's why I love them so much.
But we talking about these commercials. Me and Sunshine have already talked about that, man.
Did you?
We did.
Good. When you doing it? Yeah.
Hey,
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Say what?
We did. We figured it out.
Well, let me get out y'all business then.
We figured it out because, baby, but I'm just saying, I was just like, let me turn these views into some change.
See what happens when you come to Hits 92.3. Because now podcast is cool. Let me go on a podcast versus radio rant really, really fast.
They're completely different. I've done both.
So the major difference, because people always call us a podcast and we're definitely not a podcast. The major difference is one is live in action. If you want to talk about something right now, then you talk about it right then. Versus doing it later, you're uploading it and now you're chasing people to come watch it. I'm sending you the link. Watch it when you get a chance. If you send me a link and I'm in the middle of doing something, I'm like, oh, okay, when I get in the car, I'll check it out. I might forget when I get in the car. Oh, when I get home, when I take a shower, I might listen to it. I don't cook, but listen to it while I'm cooking. I might not ever get around to listening to it versus when I click online and I see you, I'm just going to watch it. Mm-hmm. The flip side to that is we get the phone calls. A lot of podcasts, you can't get people to call in. You only get to read comments while you're watching it. So those are the major differences of the two. Now, the other beauty of being radio is you can also turn your live radio show into a podcast. Because after we're done with this, Sunshine send me the link. I can upload it and do the same exact
Mhm.
thing that podcasters do, is get you to listen to it later. That helps with interviews. Like if we had somebody that we were interviewing today and they want to hear themselves back, it'll be playing tomorrow at such and such time. You can just listen to it. So yeah, it's don't play on hits top, man.
And then I take a lot of our conversation and turn them into shorts.
Yeah.
Because like that's what's really trending for the YouTube now. So that's how I
Yep.
started to build my website. So I mean, it's like Uh-oh, here she go.
Your laptop,
That
I can
came.
make it so that your YouTube is automatically hooked up to this and goes live right into it on Wednesdays.
I
And you
didn't
already
know
building your
that.
YouTube channel
Okay,
right
girl.
there.
Oh, such y'all see they love me over here. Like, oh, these my girls, y'all. Like these my girls.
So yeah, business. Like
We
me, I am. So
we love to talk
some
business.
people, I care what people think. I'm not one of those people that don't care. I'm a people pleaser. I'm just
You
I'm
are.
built like that. I don't know how to not be that way. And I'll talk about when things are great. I think a lot of people are too proud, or maybe it messes up business. I don't know, to talk about when things are not as great. So I want to be able to talk about the people that are going through right now while I'm going through right now. So it makes more sense to when it goes back up. I'm not just saying like, oh yeah, trust me, it's gonna get better. Cause when you tell, not you specifically, but if I'm going through right now and you tell me, oh, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, just keep going. I don't want to hear that.
Show
I
me.
don't want to hear none of that right now. That don't help me today.
It don't.
But if you are going through it, not to say I'm wanting people to trauma bond, but sometimes watching somebody online and I can trauma bond with this person, like I'm sitting at home crying because, good Lord, I'm about to lose my house. And somebody is sitting on TV right now, like, girl, I'm about to lose my house. But let me tell you what I'm doing. I can relate to
And
that person
and
right
I
now.
definitely I agree with that because like in the hair industry, it has its seasons and it has its peaks.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hate when I see everybody online glorifying it like, oh, you're just gonna make these six figures and it's gonna always be six figures, and then you're gonna become a millionaire, and then you're gonna become a billionaire. Like it takes work, and you
It
are
takes
gonna have
work.
slow seasons,
Yeah.
and you are gonna have like a drop peak. That's why I tell people all the time, when you're in these type of businesses and you're making the money, do things that's going to help you out in the long run, like
Yep.
save or pay high ticket items off. People
Mm-hmm.
always ask me, how did I have two vehicles paid off? Like previous, I had a Honda Accord and then I had a Benz. They both were paid off because I paid them off in very high peak seasons, so that when the seasons did drop,
That
I
makes
didn't
sense.
have those hefty bills. I just had regular everyday life bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of learned, well, if I sell these many bundles, then I'm able to take care of my bills. Or if I do this many heads, then I'm able to take care of my bills. That's how I know when I can run a special. Like I look at all those. I know when I can run a special on hair. I know when I can run a special on services.
Yeah.
I know when I can run a special on, products, anything. So
And that's what it takes. So I was like, I might have to pivot to something. The minute it came out my mouth, I was like, girl, shut up. You just I want to be sorry. I want to feel sorry for myself. I want to be in pity mode. Get out of that. You grown now.
yeah, like
Stop
we
doing
can't stay
that.
there.
You can't stay there. I don't even want to get there to
Yeah.
stay there.
I
So
give
this
myself.
morning
I
I
give
was
myself
like,
2 seconds.
girl, and that's
I ain't
what I
got
did.
time.
I never give myself 2 seconds. I might give myself 2-3 months.
I give myself, and the reason I give and people tell me I'm so hard on myself. I give myself 2 seconds because who gonna save me?
Exactly.
You know
And
what I'm
that's where
saying?
I was thinking this
Like
morning.
KELZ, like realistically,
Mm-hmm.
if you can't pay your mortgage next month, who gonna save you?
Nobody.
So you can't give yourself 2-3 months. 2-3
Yeah.
months, your ass be in foreclosure, and you'll be calling me talking about what do I do, and I'm like, look, bitch, like, so no.
Exactly. And so I'm like, okay, do something different. In the past, the way you used to move didn't work. Do something different. And so, like, whenever I would be like, okay, this is how I normally would act, let me do something different. So that's when I was like, I'm about to call Ashley and tell her we ain't doing the show today. And I was like, you know what? Shut up.
Now, if you,
I
I
be
ain't gonna
telling
hold you. If
myself
you
to
would have
shut
called
up.
me this morning with that, I'm like, KELZ, what's wrong? Because like because
Not another week.
because it's a difference. Like the other weeks I understood what we had going on. We talked about, but I would have been
Yeah.
like,
Something going
what's
on.
going on?
Yeah. So I just feel like I'm in a place right now where I got to figure out not not how to pivot away, but to add to what we have going on,
Mhm.
and until it turns back around. Because I'm like you, if I didn't see what it was already doing and how it's already been like how it's been the past 6 years versus like the peak seasons and the slow seasons, I already know when they're gonna come before they come.
Right.
This is my very first oh shit in 6 years. Because right now we would be in the peak. And it's still like, what's going on? What's going on? So I'm thinking of my options. Downsize.
Mhm.
So when people think just close your business, I'll be like, why they just didn't get something smaller? Or why didn't they just shrink their menus? Or why didn't
I
they
tell
just
people that all the time.
yeah, like if you have a restaurant and you're like, it's just not making money, take some stuff off the menu, start doing catering orders for private events. Like I'd be like, there's so many things people can do before they close their doors that the only thing they're thinking about is people aren't coming into my restaurant and they're not buying food. So we got to close our doors. They don't think about adding to, they think about pivoting over or closing down.
So I watched an interview the other day with the guy who started Turkey Leg Hut.
Yes.
And the one thing that stood out to me is even when he started his new business and he had to leave Turkey Leg Hut alone, he started his new business with maybe 3 items. And then when everything started happening with the Turkey Leg Hut, what he did was he started to introduce every week when he would introduce a new item back from the old menu.
Smart. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I downsized and I started doing this, but now that this is picking up, I can re-enter one thing. So I did that for myself. Like I stopped having so many different wigs available and I took it down to like the 3 major ones that, like sales. I keep them in stock. So it's like I keep them in stock so you don't have to be like, oh, well, I want this. Okay, well, you can't get it for 7 days. Well, no, you can get it today or I can ship it and it'll go out today. Versus me keeping so many in inventory, and it cut my overhead down because I didn't have to have such a large space to house all that stuff.
So you've downsized before? Okay.
Like my downsize was more so when the lady underneath me had a fire. So after she had a fire, I had spent $20,000 in getting my space together, and I was in my space for 4 years. I was going on my second, lease. But as a small business owner, when you spend $20K of your own money, and it's not like nobody gave it to me, it was no man gave it to me, it was no grants, no loans, like my own hard-earned money. And I have 2 children I'm taking care of, and I spent this, and then to see something happen, I almost waddled in it. Like literally, it happened, I want to say it was like December 17th. So that's like right before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, oh God, it's already going to go into my slow season. And then I have this happen.
And then that happens.
And I was just like, okay, either I can sit here and waddle in it or I can find a solution. So my solution was I went and found a salon suite. And then I found like a nice size storage to put everything in and to put like all my merchandise in and, different things like that. So it was like, for me, it was a humbling experience, even though it wasn't something that I did. It still was like a humbling experience because like I went from this luxury, because like my space was really nice. I went from this luxury down to this suite, and I was like, okay, what are people gonna think? Like, are they gonna think I mismanaged my money? Like I was thinking
when I went from there to here, I was like, what are they gonna say?
Yeah, and I was really thinking, I was like, they're gonna think I mismanaged my money, and I was like, it's really not that. Like that's not what happened. But I feel like for me to restructure my business, it was the best thing, and it happened at the right moment because I would have never downsized.
Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. And I'm like, you did it again, just in a different way. So I went from a 10 office suite, and I was like, when I leave there, I'm just going to a room with just one room to do the radio station. I don't want to spend a such and such and such. And then I saw this, it's still 6 offices. And I'm literally repeated the same thing, trying to fill 2 offices or trying to do something with other additional offices. Well, you don't even have to do all of that. You don't need all that. So I'm like, if I move again, I'm not going to be distracted and be like, oh, yeah, I can do this with this room and I can do that with that room. No.
Stick to the goal.
Stick to the goal so that you can build on this to do other stuff that you want to add to this. And you have more money to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Y'all are hearing firsthand KELZ's entrepreneur ups and downs of like where things are. So if you have something that you're struggling with, don't give up on it. Just figure out how to downsize if you need to downsize, or like she said, take things off of inventory that you don't always have to have. Make some things exclusive. Make that one thing available all the
All
time.
the time.
Yeah, you can figure it out. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. You're listening to the Lick Show, Hits 92.3, and it is Whining Women Wednesday. Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nurse2beauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
And it is Whining Women Wednesday, and we're talking about everything. I don't even need to give a rundown of all the stuff we were talking about. Shout out to Nurse to Beauty. She's here Mondays 10 a.m. I really want to sit and have a conversation with her because I'm noticing, and I'm happy about this, by the way, that it sucks that everything makes a circle. I always say that every single thing, relationships, business, people's mindsets, trends, everything always goes back to the original. So the little girls are back in style. The natural women are back in style. And I just be feeling bad for these women. They be having these extra big butts that was popular when it was popular. Now they stuck with it. They're not stuck with it. They can get it taken out.
But it costs to get.
Yeah, that's why I want to have a real conversation with Nurse to Beauty on just everything. We need to see if we can get her in here on a Wednesday.
Yes, I really want to too.
Yeah.
Because, I think the misconception is everybody who has a BBL has like this big old huge Atlanta booty, and it's not. I'm slim as hell with a BBL.
But no, I'm talking about the outrageous ones that was popular.
That's what they really feel like, but it's like it's not. But the slim girls is back in.
They
so the
are
girls
back.
Who got the boom. I'm like, damn.
Yes.
But a lot of them do other things to kind of lose
But
it.
think about it though. The natural small girls, the glasses, like men just want simplicity. They have always wanted simplicity, but they've always looked at the voluptuous woman to where when you go look online, but now the point is like the people they follow are slim natural girls when they used to be the ones that you probably couldn't get, but now they probably feel like those are the ones you can get and you can't get the natural girl because we popping just look clack it So I just appreciate that because I don't like, I've never felt intimidated by any other woman walking in a room. But now when I walk in a room, I know they looking at me versus her over there. Versus before it would be like, they might talk to me because they feel like she's out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
She's the easier one I can talk to because she looks like the girl next door. She'll be cool.
Right.
Versus she might not talk to me, but I know I can hit this one over here.
You stupid. KELZ, get
I'm
out.
sorry. Look, I just be too blunt sometimes. Let me stop.
God.
But if you're just tuned in to the L.I.C.K show, we are just finally back today. We've been gone for 3 weeks.
It's been 3
And
long weeks too.
okay, let me ask you, have your 3 weeks being gone from here been productive on your Wednesdays?
I've been traveling.
That girl that's productive.
So like, yeah.
It's getting your mental
I was getting
coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, coming back, do you feel like you're refreshed and ready to go?
Yeah, I was ready to come back.
Really?
I was ready to come back. I'm like my little girl chat, you know what I'm saying? And then our energy, and that's the thing. It hits when it comes to me, you, and Sunshine. Like our energy is just so good. Like we can have real life talks without the judgment.
Exactly.
We can talk business, we can talk relationship, we can talk kids. You know, we can talk about like, bitch, I'm just not it today. And you know, it's no judgment. So
Yep.
I look forward to my Wednesdays because of that.
Shout out to my friend, not saying no names. He was pretty much like good or bad because I was saying like I don't read the comments on the hits page because they be dragging me, girl. They hate me. But it's all
I be
good.
reading the comments. Fuck y'all.
Right. It is. I don't even read them, so I don't even know to say F you or not. But he was like, keep saying what you're saying. He was like, I don't like that you get drugged, but he was like, it's going to help with the numbers. It helps with you becoming more popular because even if the people are reposting it and talking crap about you, you got to repost. Yeah, you got to repost.
Like, and then, but you know what I'm noticing? Like, that repost is gonna cause them because then they see one little 30-second clip and they're like, oh, now I want to see what is, you know what I'm saying?
He said that.
And honestly, we're gonna always post the most controversial part of the doggone conversation. Like it is what it is. But I come in, like, listen to us.
And I used to always say, it's funny. You said that, like, everybody has told me forever words have power. So when people ask me why I never wanted to be an artist when I was younger, I was like, I don't have the mental capacity to be able to handle that world. Like the whole world watching you, the whole world expecting you to be perfect, the whole world either loves you or they hate you. I was like, I don't think I would be able to handle that. When I was younger, that would be what I would say. And so I'm like, what if I'm going into a season that is making me have to prepare for judgment from people who don't know me?
You want me to tell you what's crazy? My spouse said that about us the other day.
Really?
I swear he did. Because I don't like to be in the forefront at all. I love to be like, but I do not like to be in the forefront.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Go ahead.
Even when I did the podcast, like I did a podcast before, it wasn't visual. And then when it went visual, I'm like, oh, I do not like, you know. But like being on here, it's more visual than the person that I actually talk to. People see me a lot now. So I'm saying all that to say, I mean, people gonna judge you no matter what you do. You can be at the grocery store, you know, like making groceries, and they gonna say something about the way you make groceries. You know, like you can go on a vacation with your kids, and they gonna be like, she went on vacation with her kids, but she ain't got no man. And if you go on a vacation with your man, they gonna say she went on vacation and left them kids at home. So regardless of what we do, people gonna have something to say. But
and that be hitting the hardest. Be like, I bet
me.
she's single, and I'll be like, I am single now.
It doesn't. But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. You're single, but you're single by choice. So there's a different version of single. Like you're single, but you're single by choice. Not only are you single by choice, but you can be in those previous relationships if you wanted to. Like, let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got no heaven or hell to put me in. You don't know what my day-to-day life is. Watch it, smile.
And I was saying the same thing that you were saying. So part of trying to get other hosts to host is because at some point I'm gonna have to hang that up. I'm 43. DJs can go to they 90. They just gotta sit back there and push buttons.
But baby, you be scrubbing the ground. I said, ooh, baby, my knees wouldn't take that.
But imagine be looking 50, still out here trying to do that with these 20-year-olds.
When you gonna look 50?
When I'm 70.
Okay.
But imagine me being 70 still trying to host.
It's gonna be a
Exactly.
different version of hosting.
I hope so.
It's gonna
I
be
hope it
it's gonna be a
transitions like
different version.
podcasters are taking.
We're gonna have you at
So I was like, I was, I'm telling you, these it's certain days I just be in my whole pity party. So I was like, I don't have a trait that I can fall back on. I don't know how to do hair. I can't go and make plates and sell them. I
but
can't do
even with
this.
doing hair,
And
Kels,
everything I know how to do is entertainment.
I
So
can't do
if
that at
entertainment
70.
went away, what can I do?
You hear, even with doing hair, I can't do that at 70. I can't stand up on my feet for 12 hours a day at 70.
Bitch, I'm gonna give me a high bar chair. Y'all just gonna
Some
sit on the
stuff you
floor, old
some stuff you
school with a
can't do. So
pillow.
it's like
But
and I think
entertainment,
that's
I
what
feel like
real estate was
entertainment
for
has
me.
it has a time limit depending on what you do in entertainment. Like I say, DJs can go forever. Promoters, good lord, I know 50-year-old promoters right now. They just gonna keep going. And it's all good. But at some point in certain realms of different businesses, you gotta pivot to something else. And the fear of not knowing what to pivot to kicks in.
So I know when I'm always having a time trying to figure out what my next move is, I fast.
Mm.
So like I block out everything. So I don't, like I do my day-to-day work, but like I'm not drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really listening to the outside world. I'm on a strict, like diet or like
Yeah.
strict eating and strict time frames.
Mm-hmm.
And I really get into like spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So I can figure out those things. So maybe that's something you should do. Just like get into your spirit. And I don't know if you like, like spiritual, but just like get into that realm to kind of see, like talk and just see what it is and like be very vulnerable and open.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll figure it out. Just don't. The thing is, you can't tell people because it's like you might think that you're telling somebody who is happy for you, and then they're praying against your downfall because you really never know who's praying against your downfall or whatever. So
That's so true.
you have to be able to just speak those words for yourself.
Yeah.
So that you can have that one-on-one connection and you can kind of figure it out on your own without anyone else. So that way you don't have anything else clouding your mind. It's like, how horses have those glasses on the side where they can't see anything else? Like you need straight tunnel vision.
Exactly.
So that you can figure it out because it's your future.
It's mine.
And your babies are moving. Like your babies are grown.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure out what's next for KELZ.
And that might be the scariest thing is because mom has always been my job.
Of course.
And now that's not there. It's like, oh shit.
I mean, mom is your job still. It's just not it.
It's not somebody that needs me on a
basis.
consistent basis.
You have to let them, like become young adults.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So I don't know. If you look, this is what this is. Wine and Women Wednesdays.
We didn't got the whininess and we can talk.
Yeah. Oh, I'm flipping all over the place today because I didn't have a
life. This is how life flips. Like life is not just a straight path. Life is tosses, turning, curves, and everything. So like it is what it is. All these emotions we probably had within the last 6 days.
Yes, and it's just coming out.
And they just coming out. It is what it is.
So we got to get ready to wrap up and go. There are some things on my list of do's and don'ts of what I want in a partner, what I don't want in a partner. And in the midst of everything I'm going, and that's why I'm like so confused as to everything in life, because even my perspective on a lot of stuff, like even dating styles and people that I'm dating is changing, right? I was watching this video yesterday and it was one thing about a guy. I was like, the major thing I don't like about him is I felt like he was too friendly. So he's not too friendly with just women. He's too friendly with everybody. He'll give everybody a ride home. He'll wait with people. Like he's just that person. If he had a specific job, I was about to tell his job. He had a specific job, but he'll be the guy to help take the trash out if you need help. He's like hands-on. What can I do? So I'm just not sitting around doing nothing. And he's in a position where he don't have to do nothing, but he's a hands-on person. So anyway, I was watching this video of this married couple yesterday, and the title said, "I don't mind sharing my husband." So I was like, oh, she in some poly stuff. Let me click on it, see what she's talking about. So the first thing she said was, y'all, I love my husband. He is so amazing, and he's such a gentleman. And she was like, tell him what you do. So he was like, I don't see the big deal. When he goes to the gym, he puts a towel over his head while he's working out. And she was like, "Why do you put a towel over your head?" He was like, "Because it's other women working around him. If he's the only man in the room, he don't want them to feel like he's looking at them, like he's gawking at them, watching them work out. So to respect their space and him just doing what he's doing when he's on a bike, he just has a little towel over his head so he don't see
Right.
anybody
He's
in the
mind
room,
his business.
minding his business." And so she was like, that was so gentlemanlike of him. She's like, when they go places, say they're leaving the grocery store, and he's putting the groceries in the trunk while she's sitting in the car. If it's a lady at her car next to him or whatever, he'll help her and put her groceries in the car. And I was like, no, that's
Oh
just
no,
too
that's
much.
too much.
But her thing was, this is what she said that changed my perspective. She said, what if that woman been has never experienced princess treatment from a man?
Well, you ain't gonna get it from mine.
I was like, huh. I never thought of that.
What, sis, you need to go outside and you need to get your own man. So your man give you princess treatment. The most mine need to be doing is if you walking in the door, he can hold the door open.
She did say he does
but,
that.
As far as putting your groceries in the car, ma'am, you're going too far. 1, 2, 3, no. And I don't care. It is what it is. I wish I would pull up to a grocery store and see my man put somebody's groceries in the car. I'm gonna put my foot in. I'm gonna put.
That's what she meant by not. She don't mind sharing her husband,
that's
even if
gonna
for
be
a
a
moment.
crash out moment for me.
A guy, I don't know if he watching. I don't care. Shout out to Bruce. One time we were going on a date, so he was a GM at a place that he was working at, that I worked at too before, right? So I was hosting at a completely different location. Before I got to work, I didn't feel like going to work that day, and I was like, I would love to just go to the park. I would just love to go to the park. And he was like, when you get off, let's just go then. Cool. So I got off work and I knew he still had to work. So I was like, just let me know when you off. And he was like, well, come up here real quick. So I went up to where he was, and they were like, the lights were off. Everybody's walking around doing their own thing. I'm like, what's going on? They was like, he closed the business down today. And I was like, for what? They was like, because he said you wanted to go to the park. I said, did you really close? And he was like, yeah, come on, let's go. And I forgot where I was going with that story. What made me say that? What did you say? Oh, being too nice. So when we were leaving, one of the girls that worked there didn't have a car, so she was sitting on the bench outside because everybody else had gotten their cars and they off, so they ain't sticking around and talk. So we're in the car and she's sitting on the bench, and we get in. Yeah, we get in his car. So I leave my car up there because now we're leaving together. This man, I hope he is watching because I still want to knock his head off. He said, "Do you mind if we take your car so that she can drive my car, and when we're done, we can just go to wherever she is to get my car?" I was like, "You really got me fucked." Now my thing has been on mute this whole time. Now you tripping. Cause I was like, I have never, like, what would make you think that I would even say yes to that?
What?
He was like,
I wish. First of all, he ain't gonna even try me like that.
Right.
He. I'm just gonna say he not gonna even try me like that because they
he tried to
The-
heck out of
the
me.
like the what?
But that's my boo. Hey,
Don't do that no more with whoever you are, sir. Don't do that.
Don't
no
do
more.
that no more.
That's
All right, so
what?
that's gonna conclude the Lick Show. That is a form of being way too nice. We're gonna talk about some of that stuff next time, so keep that in mind. So if you are tuned in, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Hits 92.3. The Real Who is KELZ. Where to find you?
MZ.Ashley Nicole.
Your
You
real
can find everything, girl.
everything from there.
Everything is right there. I put everything
Mine
in my
too.
bio. So I
Everything
ain't got to
is
give
right
y'all
there.
12 pages. So everything is in my bio. You can buy hair, real estate.
Everything is right there.
YouTube.
So then we have Unbox Top 10 coming up at 4. We have Go to Truth coming up at 5. Voicing with Queen. Is that today? Rocca is at 6. Relationship at he talks so darn fast. Rocca, thank you. Relationship advice from a single guy is at 6 o'clock, and then Voicing with Queen at 7 o'clock. I am at Something Special Bar and Lounge tonight from 7 to 11 p.m. We do music bingo and karaoke. And of course, we got our flagship show, All Hustle No Fear, every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. We'll be back tomorrow, and I have a special guest in the building. I think so. I got to make sure he's going to come. So I'll talk about that later. Just remember, Beers and Bros is going to be introduced on the Lick Show after Wine and Women Wednesday. The men are like, I want to come so bad. You
Oh,
can't
really?
come on Wednesday. You can only come on Thursday for beers and bros. And they get to talk about whatever they want to talk about. And I just got to sit here and take it. So,
Are
yeah,
you gonna be in the studio with them?
I am. I'm just here. But that concludes the L.I.C.K show. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P. Joe. Not to mention, we got the host with the most. KELZ, we got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items, looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.